Hey, welcome in MLSsoccer.com's Playoff Central along with Andrew Wiebe. I'm Katie Witham. Jesse Marsch is going to be joining us shortly. This is the second part of a three-part series. This one all about the Seattle Sounders. And some may say the reason they're in the Western Conference Championship, surviving and advancing. But hey, I'm going to say they're here and they've got a shot at the treble now. And who doesn't want hardware?
Everybody wants hardware. Look, everybody watching this wants their team to win hardware. Seattle's had a little bit this year. They want more. They want the ultimate prize. That's MLS Cup. We're going to talk about Deuce. We're going to talk about Oba in just a second. I'll leave that to Jesse. But you mentioned surviving, advancing. They're hoping that they get both of those things from Ozzie Alonso because you saw him go down on that second leg with an injury, a hamstring injury, notoriously difficult to come back from quickly. They need him to come back as soon as possible. He really is the key to this team. Recovering the ball all over the field, a much better passer than people get him credit for. Actually, the most passes in MLS this season. He's that consistency, that spine. They need him in the lineup to really let Oba and Deuce get going. Well,
speaking of Oba and Deuce and consistency, they may be the game changers if Alonso's out there. For more on that, let's check in with Jesse.
Just like how the Galaxy have Keane and Donovan, Seattle has Dempsey and Obafemi Martins. And these two have now developed a sixth sense as to where each other is on the field, and it's made them so much more effective in how each one of them is able to find chances. So we're going to go through a few clips. The first one is the last playoff game against Dallas, and you'll see in this play that they instinctively look for each other and try to combine in ways, and it's almost like without even looking, they know where each other are. So it starts where it comes in here to Dempsey. He lets it go to Martins. Now, you'll see Dallas basically has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players to Seattle's 2. But because they get caught ball watching, Seattle's able to take advantage of these little combinations. So there's one right there. Once the ball goes here, now it's like all eyes go on Martins, and they start to lose track of Dempsey. He takes a touch. Dempsey right away is thinking about moving again to be available for the next pass. Martins, without even looking, is able to put it right into his path, and they're a little bit unlucky not to get a goal. Here's the next play from earlier in the year against Salt Lake. The ball gets played into Martins, and look, this clever little back heel. He knows exactly where Dempsey is. Gives him the ball, and immediately he's thinking, I want this ball back into this gap. The defenders again get caught watching Dempsey, and he's able to just slip a little clever ball that leads Obafemi into goal. Easy finish. And now let's look at my favorite goal in MLS this year. Seattle's playing against Portland, and Dempsey runs 80 yards to get on the end of this Martins pass.
Seventh corner already for the Timbers. Now the break could be on. It was a flick on from Papa and Martins. Dempsey with a long busting run. Dempsey has squirmed it in! Oh, it's fantastic for Seattle.
Dempsey would never run that far if he didn't believe that Martins would find him and have the desire to set him up for this play. And for me, that's what's made this chemistry between these two so fun to watch this year.
Well, thanks, Jesse. And the other guy that we have to talk about is Marco Papa. Off the bench, on the bench. How are we going to see him?
I think he's going to be in the lineup for Sigi Schmidt, but it's a big question for him. If you have Lamar Nagel in there, maybe more attention to detail defensively. If AJ De La Garza's out right, you know he's going to be pushing back and forth. But look, they've got to win. They've got to get results. Marco Papa gives you the best chance. He's good on the ball. He scores. He provides assists in those set pieces. Very, very dangerous. I expect him to start in these games.
All right. Well, that's what he thinks, and that's what Jesse thinks. What do you guys think? We want to know what you guys think about this Western Conference Championship. Leave it in the comments below. Ask your questions because part 3, it's all about you. We want to hear your predictions as well. You can find us on Twitter and tweet at us, but make sure you're watching the first leg. It's Sunday, November 23rd, 5 p.m. Eastern, ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And as always, keep checking back right here, MLSsoccer.com, because you can see this guy's mustache continue to grow.